Hi, welcome to this demo. My name is Anuraj. I am an engineering technologist with Dell. With the release of CSM 1.12, now we have simplified the creation of the CSM CRD by using the minimalistic YAML file. These are the CSM simplified manifest file for deploying the CSM PowerFlex and CSM PowerStore. And we support the simplified manifest file for deploying the CSM of all our platform. With this simplified YAML file, we support all the previously supported customization and configurability, but customer only need to provide the configuration that they want to override, which simplifies the deployment and management of the Dell CSM CRDs. So in this demo, we'll be integrating a Dell PowerFlex storage array with the OpenShift cluster. And we'll be using the CSM 1.12 and we'll be using the minimalistic CRD YAML specification file to create the PowerFlex CSM CRD. So for this purpose of demo, I already deployed an OpenShift cluster with 3 master node and 2 worker node. And we already have a PowerFlex storage array which we can connect to this OpenShift cluster. The CSM operator is already deployed on this cluster. So let's review the CSM pod. So we can see the CSM operator pod is running successfully on this cluster. Also we can see there is no CSM CRDs configured in this cluster. In order to create a CSM CRD for the PowerFlex, let's create a new project by the name of PowerFlex. I already created a config file for the PowerFlex storage array. So let's review the config file. Let's create a PowerFlex-config by using this config file. So I'll generate the YAML file for creating the secret. Then we'll apply the YAML file to create the secret. So here we can see the secret is successfully created. Now we can review the minimal YAML file for creating the PowerFlex CSM CRD. So here we can see this is a very minimalistic file and we just need 2 lines of YAML file to create the default configuration of the CSM CRD. So let's apply this YAML file to create the PowerFlex CSM resource. Let's verify the status of the CSM driver pods. So we can see all the pods are running successfully. Also let's verify the status of the CSM. We can see that CSM is also successfully deployed on this OpenShift cluster. Next we can create a storage class. So for creating the storage class, I already created the YAML specification file. So let's review this file. Now we can apply this file to create the storage class. Now we can go to the PowerFlex console and we can verify that the OpenShift worker nodes are successfully registered into this PowerFlex storage array. Next, we can deploy a stateful set on top of this OpenShift cluster to test the volume provisioning from PowerFlex. So let's apply this stateful set YAML file. Now the stateful sets are successfully created. We can see the pods and the PVC. In the simplified CSM CRD manifest file, we didn't configure any volume prefix. So we can see that the volume is created with a default prefix of KHS. So now we can reconfigure the CRD to provide a custom volume name prefix. So I already created the YAML file with the changes. So let's review this YAML file. So here we can see I added the configuration required to configure the volume name prefix. And we can apply this new YAML file which will incrementally configure the CSM CRD with this new configuration. Let's verify the status of the CSM. We can see the reconciliation is successfully completed. Also we can review the status of the CSM pods. The CSM pods are also running. Now we can scale our stateful set to replica 2, so that will create a new PVC. We can verify the status of the pods. The pods are running. Now we can review the PVC. So here we can see a new PVC is created, and for this PVC the volume prefix is configured as per our customization. Next we will see how to enable a CSM module in this simplified YAML file. So I already created a YAML file with the necessary changes to enable the resiliency module. So let's review this YAML file. Here we can see under the modules I added the resiliency enable true. Also we can verify the currently running CSM pods. Here we can see that the number of containers running in the controller pod is 5 and on the node pod is 2. So there is no resiliency sidecars running inside these pods. So once we apply this YAML file, this will deploy the resiliency module, which will deploy the necessary sidecars in the controller and the node pods. So let's apply this YAML file. Now we can verify the status of CSM and we can see the reconciliation is successfully completed. Now let's review the CSM pods. So now here we can see the new resiliency sidecar is deployed onto the node and the controller pods. So the number of container inside the pod is incremented by 1 here. This demonstrates how we can make necessary configuration changes by using the simplified YAML file. This concludes this demo. Thank you for watching.